YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Lydia with Sweet King's Garden, and it is another cold and windy day in Maryland. I feel like it's ruining my life in a Napoleon Dynamite voice. But we just cannot kick this cold weather. I swear we've had gorgeous days here, but it just so happens that the days that I can actually squeeze in some video content after work, it's always so cold. So it's such a bummer, but we will make the best of it. So I am going to take you along with me to plant some strawberries. So I had to end up buying some strawberries because the ones I ordered online and planted in my green stalk didn't seem to do very well. So I'm a bit worried that they're not going to actually produce any fruit. So I panicked and ran to a flower shop over the weekend. So I have a whole tray of strawberries that we'll plant today. So I'll show you that process. Maybe we'll check on the bees. It's sunny, they should be active. And oh, it looks like they're a little chilly. We'll just hang out in the garden for this evening and plant some stuff together. How does that sound? All right, so I had to come inside and grab my tripod because I figured I can't hold a GoPro and plant stuff in the garden at the same time. So we're gonna walk back outside together, but while we're making our way back to the garden, I do want to say, so I've had a couple of people like, all right, tell me how scared you are with bees. I am pretty skittish with bees still. We've had these for over 2 years. Oh wait, I have to check on my husband's grill. Okay. Does anyone else have a husband that obsessed with the pellet grill as much as mine? I swear, he's just like waits for us to go to the grocery store and find out what he can grill that he's never grilled before. But I'll show you guys the bees real quick. We're pretty chilly today. Not too much going on. And this is kind of their direct flight path back and forth. So this is my husband, Alex's hive. And then this is my hive. These are the feisty bees. Yeah, they're pretty protective. I had gotten stung 6 times by that colorful hive last year. It was quite an event. I'll have to, I guess that's a story for another time. I'll have to really tell you guys about that because it was quite funny, scary by all means, but it was pretty funny for anyone who enjoys my commentary. But I've been asked by people like, how is it like to be a beekeeper, or how involved I am. I'm not too involved, not as much as I should be. My husband's definitely the lead beekeeper out of the 2 of us, but I'm learning and I'm starting to learn how to be more comfortable with them. I feel like they're a great way to really test your patience, and they still scare me, but I feel like I'm getting better, so that's good. But with all of that said, I found that I get super freaked out hearing if something buzzes by my ear, and I know our natural reaction is to swat something away, but you can't do that with bees because of course then that will put them on high alert, even if they're just buzzing by your ear just to check you out. So I found that in order for me to work in my garden with some kind of sanity, I have to constantly wear headbands that cover my ears and wear sunglasses, because all day long, because I have to cross the bees to get to my garden, we're in the flight path and we get pelted by bees in our face. If I don't have eye protection, I know that they're gonna hit my face, and that would just freak me out even more. So with all that said, let's get to planting some strawberries. Forgot to mention, today is Wednesday, April 27th. So I am spending the evening adding strawberries to my green stalk, and then I have 2 of my new raised beds that have collected weeds, and it's looking nice back here. But not the plants that I want growing in my garden bed. So I'm just gonna spend the evening where it's nice and sunny, although chilly. But I want to tell you about a couple of things that I did wrong with my green stalks. So I ordered online these strawberry starts, and they weren't the best when they came in. This has like a little bit of green leaves to it, which is okay, but for the most part, they did not look very healthy. First thing that I did wrong is when I filled up my green stalk, I used the extra topsoil, enriched topsoil that we got when we ordered all of the topsoil to fill our raised beds. It's too dense of material to put in your green stalk. I don't think it allows for the filtration or the water to flow through, so it gets really dry and it's very dense. So I'm not going to ditch all of the topsoil that I have in these green stalks, but I do have potting mix that I'm going to add onto it, because the other error, my second error, was that I did not fill these up enough. They're still pretty low. So what I'm going to do is add my strawberry plants and then add the soil around it, and then hopefully that will bring the pockets to the level that they need to be. I'm going to set you all up on a tripod and just have you standing next to me, and then I'm going to put in a podcast to listen to. So enjoy the show. We're going to get rocking and rolling on this, but gosh, these strawberries are not looking good at all. They're quite sad. Yeah, this is just an example of how sad the original strawberry plant looks. If anyone knows, does this look dead? Can you resuscitate this? Please let me know. What I've done is filled every other pocket with the strawberries I bought from the flower shop, and then I put the strawberries that I bought online in the empty pockets. But it is looking nice and pretty, seeing stuff actually in and alive in my green stalk. I've officially finished filling my green stalk. So we have strawberries now in every other pocket except for the middle layer. I have strawberry plants in the entire thing, but is this not gorgeous? I'm gonna go ahead and water this and then pull the meat off the grill, and then hopefully I'll have some time to do some weeding. I have just enough time to be able to at least weed one of the garden beds. I do want to also provide an update because, as you'll probably see, I have some black tarp around the perimeter of the garden. And that's just because we put down this black silage tarp, oh gosh, maybe the fall time. I'll correct it in the text below if I'm wrong, but I want to say we put the silage tarp down in this garden plot that we knew we were eventually going to build the raised beds on, just to naturally kill the grass, with the intentions of putting cardboard and then mulch down in the walkways to combat weeds in a natural way. When we ended up building, mulching the walkways, and then eventually putting the fence around the perimeter, we had to actually expand the plot just a little bit. So as a result, we have a bunch of grass that I didn't spend time to kill naturally. So my thought was, I'll just put some strips of silage tarp, but there's just enough gap that it's the silage tarp is just blown around in the wind. So I think what I'm going to do is end up putting cardboard, like very thick cardboard that I got from friends of ours, and that will be heavier, so I'll put that down first. I definitely have to buy more mulch now just to fill in some of the walkways, but I do have to report the cardboard and mulch are doing an excellent job so far. So I'm so thankful that we decided to take the extra time to do that. So I'm going to get to weeding, and I will catch you afterwards. I've just finished weeding the one garden bed. My nose, my fingers are cold. It's time to go inside. But I wanted to formally close this video out with you all. Thank you so much for joining me this evening after work as we got some things done around the garden. I definitely have a lot of planting to do once the weather officially breaks and we're clear from the frost. I'll try and find some fun things for us to do in the meantime, but nonetheless, I thank you again so much for spending your evening with me. I hope you all are as excited about your spring gardens as I am. I can't wait to hear about all of your planting that you have to do, and I can't wait to see you next time, so take care. I'm probably going to take the green stalk. They're probably too heavy now since they have the topsoil. I'm thinking out loud, clearly.